Welcome to SS Networkers group of INA. So today session I'm going to talk about IELTS. So many people are more interested to get more mark in IELTS. But before that I just want to know what is the IELTS is all about that. IELTS contains two things. One is called IELTS General and another one is Academic. So many people gets lot of confusion about IELTS General and Academic. First I just want you guys how to be very clear about this. IELTS General, the person who really want to work in abroad, they supposed to pursue IELTS General, and the person who wants to pursue the IELTS studies in abroad, they supposed to pursue IELTS Academic. So let's talk about the band score. The band score is something what the mark you're supposed to get. You know, the mark starts from 0 to 9. So out of 0 to 9, the more band score which gives you more kind of exposure. So getting about the marks is something is not quite easy. At the same time, so many people are willing to get 7, 8, 8.5. Some people are supposed to get even 9. But you guys have to be very clear what is all about the IELTS. IELTS has contains of 4 aspects. One is called speaking, reading, writing and listening. So in these 4 aspects, you have to be more concentrate. So in this session, I'm going to give some deep explanation on how to get more mark in IELTS speaking. So what is called IELTS speaking? You know, IELTS speaking is all about that. The interviewer is going to ask you the questions almost like 11 to 20 minutes. In out of 11 to 20 minutes, they could have asked you more than 15 questions, might be 16, whatever it may be. Okay, whatever the questions they may ask you, you guys have to be very clear that how are you supposed to get the more marks. So let's start with the IELTS speaking. So the people who really intends to get more marks, first of all, you have to think about what is relevant and what is irrelevant. If I ask you some questions, so you should have to give me the answer something relevant, right? If something it goes irrelevant, what will happen? Which means that you are giving some kind of awkward answer. So you guys have to be very clear that when individual asking the question at the time of speaking, you guys have to be very clear that your answer should be relevant. If something goes irrelevant, just imagine about the situation. If somebody asking you, how are you? You've been answering something is irrelevant to the question, which means that they're cutting down the mark. Then how we can score the mark of around 5, 6, 7 or 8, okay? So as I'm speaking, you guys have to be very clear. When I do answer, you have to strictly follow. You're supposed to give the relevant answer. The second biggest drawback of cutting down the markers, one is the main important of pronunciation. Obviously, I'm from the background of Tamil Nadu. I do speak Tamil and so many people are the part of the India, right? So we do speak our own mother tongue. Some people might speak Telugu, Tamil, Hindi, whatever it may be. But what is called IELTS speaking is something they do check about the essentials of speaking in English, right? So when I do speak English, if I've been influenced with the mother tongue, they obviously you can't able to score more than 4 marks. So what I supposed to do to get more conscious about the pronunciation? You guys have to be very clear. When I do answer, I should not just think from Tamil or Hindi. I did not supposed to translate. This is not a translation version. This is all about you need to give the explanation, which means that you guys are supposed to be more strong in pronunciation. If I fail to get more stronger in pronunciation, what will happen? They're cutting down the mark. So as I told you before, this IELTS speaking is all about you have to be very clear in what are the cases they are cutting down the mark. The first point is if your answer is irrelevant, they will cutting down the mark. And second point, if you fail to good pronunciation, then obviously your mark will be low. And third very important point is I've seen so many people at the time of interview, when you do answer, you are just answering. This is not a quiz competition, right? So when somebody asking me the questions, I've been answering some way in the various formations. So this is not a quiz competition. You have to know how I can connect the answer to the interviewer. The interviewer should have to be get connected with me when I do answers. So you guys have to be more conscious that whatever the answer I give, I just have to get some creativity form. That creativity form which help us to get connect each other. When you get connected, what will happen? I'll be more happy that answer will be getting connected. Some people have been failed on this and they're giving the answer lethargically and they are not intended to get more marks. This is the third drawback is you have to be more connect with the interviewer. And fourth very important point is the voice quality. Some people are been trying to answer just like that. They don't been conscious about, they don't aware about what is the voice quality. If I don't have the proper voice, what will happen? Obviously, your voice will be get not much quality. You could have been get on the mark. And one more main thing I want to tell you, this IELTS is all about your voice would be get recorded. So it would be recorded in the sense like once you've been completed with the exam, the answer will be, the result will be announced on after 13 or 14 days. At the time of 13 and 14 days, what the people do is like they do have recorded your voice, right? So do check your voice, and they have come to know what are the drawback as found in your voice. If something they've been found more drawback on your voice, which means that they can easily get identified what are the reasons they can cutting down the mark. So be conscious that your voice is getting recorded. So the voice quality is very, very, very important if you only want to get more marks of around 8. And some people have been asking me, sir, some people have been get trained almost like a 60 days. He has scored almost, he or she has scored almost like a more than 5 marks. But I've been trained more than 120 days. I've been scored only 2 marks. Some people have been trained just 10 days. They have scored around 7.5. What's the difference? It's not about how many days are you taking the practice. It's more than the days. You have to be very clear that what kind of practice have you taken. So that is very, very important. So let me start once again. What kind of practice have you taken? Because it's not about that I've been trained almost like more than 20 days, 30 days, 60 days. Days is not a matter for IELTS. It's all about that what kind of practice I've been went through. So when it comes for the speaking, so many people do have the fear. So if I do have the fear, what will happen? I get some kind of hesitation, I get some kind of conflict. I couldn't able to perform well at the time of interview, right? When somebody will stand in front of me, somebody asking me the question, who is something stranger for me? What do I think? I think something bad, right? I'm not able to be more confident. So in this case, they can easily find out through the voice that we have the fear, we have some kind of hesitation. So you guys have to be very clear that how to control the fear at the time of examination. If you don't have the control on yourself, then obviously so many people will be getting loser because of this one of the cause. So as I told you, let me summarize once again. If you want to really get more marks, if you want to get more of around 7.5, 8, 8.5 fast, you should have to be more relevant with your answer. The second point is very important, that you should have to be pronounced. And third point is that you have to be more sure about your voice quality. Voice quality is very, very important. And fourth very important point is like you have to be connect each other. You have to make your answer to be get connected. And fifth point is voice quality. If you don't have the proper voice quality, you will be again getting the low marks. And moreover, the important point, as I said to you before, is all about the fear. Don't get any kind of fear, don't get any kind of hesitation. If you get kind of hesitation, if you get kind of fear, obviously you cannot get more score good marks. And one more thing, the people are thinking, sir, at the time of speaking, do I supposed to use number of vocabulary? If I use more number of vocabulary, will I get the more mark? Is not actually right. A vocabulary is not all about that. You could have to use often. More than that, if the question is demanded, if you are need in the situation to use this vocabulary, then you can use all about it. So this is all about the IELTS speaking. So if you want to know more information about IELTS reading, writing and listening, please just sign us about the INA. Just visit us, SS Networkers group of INA. We are here to help you and give you a lot of information to score more marks. Thank you.